And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we begin Monday morning. It's kind of wrapping down October.
Tomorrow is Halloween. It's already here. That means turkey's coming next.
Now, we want to remind you, we mentioned in the comments there, over the next couple of days, today and tomorrow, keep kids in mind. There's going to be several events tonight. I'm sure kids are running. They're after candy. They're happy. And it's just a fun time of year to be a kid. So keep them in mind no matter where you go. Drive slower, especially in residential neighborhoods.
That's the main thing. And put some type of reflection gear on your child on top of that costume. Russell Fire Department, they're doing a trunk or treat.
That was my next question. How many volunteer fire departments are doing this?
I know they are, and I know Clarkdale station up by Clarkdale School, I know they're doing a trunk or treat.
I know Long Creek did last year. I'm unsure if they're doing it this time. Y'all let us know if you've got a volunteer fire department, if your church is doing trunk or treats more. A lot of them done them over the weekend. But if you've got a business or event doing trunk or treats tomorrow night, let us know.
So Marion is doing one. I guess going to be there at the station at Town Hall. Push that out. We still want to see some kids in the neighborhood. But at the same time, go and support these other places and that's doing this fun deal. Now, the Moose Lodge is doing something tomorrow night for the kids, like a little get on a wagon, go through a spook trail. That ought to be fun.
This brought this up. I got a call yesterday. It was misunderstood when it was called into me of what was going on. I don't know what's happening. There's a protest downtown. So we loaded up and we went to town, and I got out and I started talking to the people. It was a local church. And how do y'all feel about this? We put this on the page of, do you believe Halloween should not be celebrated? And that's what this group, basically, as we look here at some of the pictures here. In Jesus, there is no darkness. Say no to Halloween. They're a church that just does not agree with that, and they took to the streets. And that's your right as an American. If you don't agree with it, this is the worldwide missionary movement. Here's the link here that you can take a look at. They were out and about in full force yesterday afternoon. We got some video of them speaking if you'd like to hear any of that. But they took to the street corner right there across from Bowers Auto.
Yeah, right there. That's a big intersection.
Bonita Auto Sales right there on that corner.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Christian, and I celebrate Halloween. There's evil in this world.
It is.
And this is, to me, Halloween is not evil. It is an old holiday that got scared the bad spirits away.
Am I right in saying that probably 90% of people celebrate this to help kids have fun once a year, to get some candy, and that's all there is to it? That's the way I look at it.
And to help us. It's just a fun activity, and we like to scare. And
now, Rodney may have a point there. It's whatever you make of it.
That is a good point. And this is, there's darkness and then there's light in everything. So there is darkness.
Right. Sometimes a light switch away.
And now Jesus is the light switch.
There you go.
I'll go for that. But you have a choice. Do you want light or do you want the dark? Do you want the right or do you want the wrong? Do you want Christ or do you want something else? And whatever your belief is I'm not telling you what's right and what's wrong for you. If I believe in Jesus Christ, if you believe in something else, that's fine. That's up to you. It's not going to make me mad. Don't jump on me for believing in Jesus Christ.
Correct.
Don't say I'm wrong when I say I believe in Jesus Christ, because I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for yours, whatever your thoughts are, whatever our thoughts are. Halloween, I think that was a great statement. It is what you make of it.
It is, and there's a lot of people that do want to be, they're evil 24/7. It's just kind of their darkness night that they do that. But a lot of churches, as we all know, do the fall festivals. Instead of calling it Halloween, they do fall festivals so that kids can partake of this and have fun. And that's truly, in my opinion, what it's about. It's once a year, you get to get a little candy and have a good time. So let's make the best of it that way. Our opinions, you may differ, as these folks felt that it was strong enough that they should get out and talk about it. Well, I don't, it was their right, again, to do that.
I have no problem with them getting out and doing it. Don't agree with it, but...
Yeah, it just what you make of it there. So we thought we'd pass along that.
Yeah, wow.
See here... did you realize, the guy in Maine that killed those innocent 18 people?
Yeah.
This is where I don't know what needs to be done, but the police visited his home 6 weeks before this happened, and he told them, I'm probably going to snap and hurt somebody.
And they walked off and said, okay.
How many times a day in America does that happen? And then it turns to the worst. What I have no idea of what can be done in a situation like this. If you make a threat, what can be done in America to take care of this?
What is your mentality? Because now he's also gone and talked to a psychiatrist and said the same thing. I'm going to kill people. Now, you get two people that's in a big-ass argument, and one of them says, oh, I'm going to kill him. Did he mean, and is he going to go kill him? Or was that something he just said off the top of his head?
Said in anger.
Said in anger. And we know he wasn't going to kill anybody. This cat
had problems.
Had problems and has talked to many people. Now, I didn't know that the police had been 6 times to his house.
Now, let me give you an example of Meridian last night. Meridian Police Department driving down the street. Guy calls me and says, hey, I need a little help. So they pull over there about where McDonald's is, Dollar General, and there was a guy out of the sky chasing him with a knife.
Yeah, I need a little
help. As you all know, somebody had some problems there. What do you do? We, as a nation and also as a state, this is probably not being handled very well. I don't know the answer to it. I don't. But there's a lot of folks that have issues. And I guess that's the best way to word it, issues. And what do we do?
Well, you can take this back to Pee Wee baseball and Pee Wee football. You didn't win a single game. Your team, y'all didn't practice, but you got a trophy.
Uh-oh.
Because you participated, we're going to give you a trophy. Because we're not going to tell you, no, you don't get one because you didn't do well. And then we go up and we continue on this life and we don't tell people, no, and we don't make them stand up to what they've done wrong. All the way up to now we're 18, 19, 20 years old where we break the law and there's no repercussions in court. They just let them go. We shouldn't be treating people like this. And then when this person gets told no, he gets mad and pulls up a knife, starts chasing the person that told him no.
Here in the real world, there's a lot of no's in life. There's a lot of disappointments. And with each disappointment in life, there's 2 things you can do to it. If you fail at something, it means get off, dust yourself off, get up. It gives you a new way to learn how to do something. Most inventors, most successful people will tell you, I tried 299 times and failed, but I succeeded that 300th time. Use your efforts right. Scotty Ray and Odie will be right back. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. As we go to events that had happened over the weekend, let's go to Russell. There's probably not a weekend. Sometimes people miss the headlines. And what we have this morning, we have somebody shot in the Russell area, a gunshot wound to the chest. As we go here, this is the scene yesterday morning as we would get out near Willow Lake Road. This was not far from Charlie Dunn Road is where this would happen. As you'll see, the sheriff's deputies, 2 ambulances on scene, and tons of cars here as they arrived on scene. It would be a shooting there between 2 neighbors. 1 person has been arrested. Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun will be passing along the name of the person that has been arrested that is a suspect in this. That's what we have at this point. More to follow on that as I was trying to think here. Let me see if I can go back. We were there when the ambulance drove off. Always, these things happen. I don't know why. I can't tell you. Someone was majorly injured by this. I don't think it's life-threatening, but being hit with a bullet is not good, is it, Odie?
Well, I mean, I don't want to get hit by a bullet.
No, me either.
I don't even want to have a bullet thrown at me.
Correct.
I'm good without one.
But that's what went on yesterday. If you heard all the ambulances, I did get a lot of requests of what's going on out in that area, and that's what was going on. And here's the video from this as we pull this up. And this would be the ambulance leaving the area. And you can't say enough about those guys. And ladies that work in that department as well.
Yeah, and if you want to make a difference and you feel like that's something that you could do, go to MCC and get that. They need people to come in and help and change your life and change other people's life.
Odie, when's the last time you were up at Popeyes going up to the hill there near Sam's?
It's been a little while. I did stop at Popeyes the other day. Just wasn't that one.
Okay. Well, they was kind of busy there last night. Had a little accident with injuries as we go there to pull this up. This would be on the west side, which would most likely be that large parking lot with that drop-off, where the railing is?
Yeah.
In between there and the next stores, car went off that edge. Front row. Ooh. Now, we're not sure how it happened. Ooh. Could somebody have not taken? Who has not put it in park? Could have
been in the line too long, and the one behind them got hungry.
Pushed you.
Just saying. Don't think that happened.
But I have, been talking and then got out of a car and not put it in drive in park.
We've got a couple of them out of a pond that's happened that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've heard tell of that. So if you saw a commotion with blue lights, that's what was going on last night. Not sure the extent of the injuries that went on with that, but that's what would go on there last night. Now, let's talk about tragedy. That's the only way to word this. Is this was Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. The Clarkdale community again has been rocked by a horrific incident as we go there to Highway 45 South. This would be in front of the Dollar General right there at the outpost, as we see here where the Clarkdale Volunteer Fire Department, Clarke County, arrived on scene. Right here is where it is, Dollar General and all that in that intersection there. It would be 3 cars involved, 2 significantly involved. A 7-year-old little girl was rushed to the hospital. You were, I think, a part of that. I've never seen 22nd Avenue blocked off before as they rushed to try to save her life. Meridian Police Department blocked all exits of 22nd Avenue so the ambulance could get there as quickly as possible.
Meridian Police Department stepped up, and coming into town, they had every major intersection from the interstate up to the hospital blocked. In emergencies, even if you're coming through and you've got a red light, you still stop. You don't just blow past them. You still stop, or at least really slow down and look and then go. But we need to get this little girl there, and Meridian Police Department got up, blocked these major roads, made it to where they could get that little girl quicker. So thank you to Meridian Police Department for assisting in that.
And it was Saturday night, is what Joey was saying. As I got
Saturday
my days,
night, that's correct.
I got my days confused on that. There was a lot that went on over the weekend, but I don't know this for sure. But I've had this inbox to me a couple of times to where there might be a fundraiser set up to help with expenses on this.
I did see a GoFundMe on Facebook. Someone shared. And we'll try and find that.
Yeah, we'll get to the source, and whether it's to a particular place where you can give directly, we will pass that information along. Tragedy with this, as we know that the little girl lost her mother last year. I think there's a couple of other children that were also there that were unharmed. And again, this is where, as an adult, you would like to sit down and talk to God and go, how could this happen? There's so many bad people in the world, and you take this child,
this precious life. And Bob says, how is she? And we don't know. She is still in Jackson. She was airlifted from Anderson's to Jackson.
My understanding that,
and she's on life support.
Best of my understanding, it has happened. That's my understanding as of this morning. Now, if I'm wrong, please someone correct me. But the last, I think they were going to donate some to help other children, from what I understand. I mean, it'll make a tear come to a glass eye.
Ooh, you got that right.
It's real tough to even talk about this.
Yeah, Lori said sadly she did pass.
That was my understanding. I got that message somewhere around 6:37 last night. I didn't post about it at that time. I thought the family needed time to, I don't even know what the word is, how you deal with this.
Yeah, it's something that they're having to deal with, the loss of the mother a year ago, and now this child. And the first responders, I didn't have any actual contact. By the time I got there, they had already gotten it. My main job was to help
Transport.
Metro get through. But the guys who did, one of Clarkdale's members was there real quick and started CPR, getting there within a very short amount of time. These guys need prayers too. These guys are having to deal with that. So everybody involved, the family, Jesus is, you talk about give you some comfort. I think he's the only one that can give you that comfort. But the family, she had two brothers, everybody that was involved, just continue to lift them up in prayer.
Have to. As we're sort of on the same subject, I want to share this. This comes from our friends at Clarke County Hot Topics, Clarke County Hot Topics. As we look at this, let me show this picture of this young man. He was 20 years old. He was in Oklahoma working. He was murdered. Paycheck to paycheck, as they are also trying to raise money to be able to bring his body home for a funeral. They are asking for help for that. You can make a payment to Wright's Funeral Home in Clarke County directly to make sure that, I know that there's GoFundMe set up, but they take 15 to 20% of what you donate. If you give directly to a funeral home, no money is wasted. It goes directly to the causes, and it's why I say that, the word wasted. But we pass along condolences on this. That would have to be also a horrible experience. I just, sometimes our world is filled with tragedy and we don't understand. I don't.
No, we don't. And couldn't deal with it.
No.
Without help from above. And, man, just the questions, of why.
That's right. We'll be right back. We've got more coming up this morning as we reel from a weekend of just tragedy. as we all shake our heads. We'll be right back. Scotty Ray and Odie.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Transportation Commissioner Willie Simmons spent 27 years as a member of the Mississippi Senate, where he served as chairman of Highways and Transportation. Commissioner Simmons understands the importance of working with federal, state, and local leaders to upgrade East Central Mississippi's infrastructure. Willie Simmons is not done yet. On Tuesday, November the 7th, let's continue like never before by re-electing Willie Simmons as Transportation Commissioner.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
There's something special about autumn and Al's Garden and Gift. There's no better place to pick up beautiful mums, snapdragons, and pumpkins. Fall in love with pumpkins in a vibrant array of colors and sizes. Hay bales, corn stalks, homemade wreaths, flags, and unique pottery waterfalls will add extra appeal to an entrance or outdoor space. Tailgating festivities are fun with Captain Rodney's, Grumpy Man, Redneck Gourmet Sauces, Salsa, Jellies, Cheese Straws, and more. Al's Garden and Gift, a charming place to harvest memories and gifts this fall.
And welcome back, your friends Scotty Ray and Odie. As Bob said, we live in a world of circumstances. Those circumstances are the test, often sad and unexplained. Thank you, Bob. I do appreciate that comment.
Yeah, he's made a couple of good little pointers. He ought to write a book.
He stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
Yeah.
Look, I looked for Odie last night. There was no Odie I've been working on this for quite some time, trying to get bolts out of something that it took me 3 weeks to finally get them out.
Well, that's
due
1
to
week
time.
per bolt.
Yeah, that's really what it was. But let me show you this. This is my project that I'm working on right now. Okay, so it hit something in front. But
in the middle.
Yeah. But the thing was trying to get the bed off the
look
truck.
at there. I didn't even notice that.
You walked right by that and didn't notice it?
Sure did. Yeah, I didn't even look over. Golly.
But the folks that are complaining this morning that helped it, I really thought the front was going to be, you see your gas tank here? I really thought that was going to be the heavier portion because you had to pull it off all those hoses. But no, sir, Bob, it would be the back of the truck, and they're all complaining that it was too heavy for them.
Yeah.
Mostly my wife.
You had her just lift.
Saw my daughter come in. Did you see all those Band-Aids on her head? She's trying to say that her daddy overworked her and cut her yesterday. I forgot the tailgate weighed it down, and it weighed like 150 pounds extra on the back. I totally forgot that.
But once you get it up, you can't let it down.
They did, though. Quickly. It was like, flop. You're going to dip my truck. Pick it up.
Look, you know how long it took to get that patina on here?
So, Odie, your project will be, let's go back to this. Your project is going to be to take these gas tanks out and replace them for me.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah,
we'll drain them.
It may be, that's a key thing. If anybody's ever taken a gas tank off and forgotten to remove the gasohol out of it, it can be a mess.
Yeah, and
but one day we'll document this as this little process goes forward of where we are on this. It's
gonna be fun.
Yeah, let me back up. I don't know if you can see it right here to the left. I've been working on that for 35 years.
But it is drivable.
Well, we can't exactly say that.
Well, not now.
No, it's got wheels underneath it. I can push it anywhere you want. I got a new engine out back to go in it, but and lo and behold, everything is expensive, folks. When did this? I think I have a gold mine. Look at this here now. Over here to the left, I think I have a gold mine on a shelf right there. What do you call it? Sealant that you put in a caulk gun.
Oh, yeah.
Have you bought Angie needed a thing of silicone. The last time I bought some, I thought it was like $4. Do you know how much one tube of that is now?
I can only imagine.
$12.
Well, you know that Flex Seal? I like that stuff. You know how much that stuff is?
No, I hadn't bought any of that lately.
A 1 gallon one gallon can for $100.
You are kidding me.
No, but anything afloat, a boat with a screen bottom.
I've seen the pictures of
I ain't getting in the boat.
it. Me neither. Y'all text me and let me know about that.
Oh, man.
And since you brought that up, let me see if I can find that. I know that the dive team went out this weekend and was out exercising their right to float around on the water. Hang on
We're
here.
going to get you to go, too.
No, you're not. From the bank, you might get me. Hang on. I got pictures of this somewhere.
But while you're looking for that, I got a special birthday to go out, and that's to my brother-in-law, Garrett Webb, down in L.A. there, Lower Alabama.
Yeah.
Today's his birthday, so happy birthday, brother. Love you, miss y'all, and won't be long. We'll be back. We got another couple weeks before we're back down there, but happy birthday. I hope you have a great and wonderful day.
What are y'all looking for here? Everybody's leaning over the boat looking in, Bonita. What is that?
We've got a couple of marker buoys that we've sunk, and then our dive team was in the area, and they were underwater looking. So we were watching them search for. They didn't know where were at. They didn't know where these markers were.
Their job to find it.
Their job was to find it. We're saying somewhere approximately here, and from this side over here. So we had a couple people kind of marking, go left or right, go in or out, and then that's when they would go down to search a particular.
They're really training hard because one of the big problems that they've had when the dive team has been out is wanting to fish while on duty. If you happen to see the dive team out and they're doing this and they got lures with them, be a little concerned. Odie's trying to train everybody.
We're trying to get them going. But now it's dark water. You don't find anything with eyes. You find it with your hands.
Yeah. So a big thank you to, and things like this go a long way when needed. You never know when an accident. We've had several in the county to where somebody's come up missing and had to go search for, and that's what this is all about. So we thank y'all for what you do. We had another incident, Odie, over the weekend. And let's just go ahead and get to this. This would be folks that say, well, nothing can happen in my part of the area. Well, it can. Let's go to the West Lauderdale area as we pull up pictures. My demographic here. Odie, you know anybody that looks quite like that?
Yeah, that looks like the old Mountain Dew man.
Yep, they call it that old Mountain Dew. And I think a few folks partook of that over the weekend as there was a nice party going on.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, past your party. Next thing you know, whoop, somebody's got a gun. And, look at the cars. Bang, 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 bang. This did happen on Ball Diamond Road. As we look at this, I spoke with Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun over the situation. And he says that 911 received a call. And this is 2:10 in the morning. Ooh. When most folks are already in the bed.
Yeah.
That in the 12,500 block of Ball Diamond Road, there was an ongoing party. It was reported that several people were shooting firearms. Well, at least 2 vehicles were struck. Several people were reported to have entered the woods. I would put it more as in they ran in the woods.
Yeah.
At a high rate of speed.
They entered at a higher rate than normal.
No one was injured, thank heavens of this. A gold Tahoe was seen with, I think, maybe some loud pipes leaving the scene. There was one back glass, I think, shot out of a vehicle. We can't have this. If you know something, call the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department today and tell it. If you were at that party and no more than you told, do it. 2 a.m. is a little late for any party. I'm just, working folk need to go to bed.
And there's nothing wrong with having but to
That's
bring
out of
a
hand.
gun and all that's just going way out of touch.
I have never been to a party that I can ever remember where that happened.
I don't. No, we didn't get that bad.
No.
Went to a party and the school buses
Greg's.
showed up.
Yeah, I heard about that party.
That was a long time ago.
You and Mike Vick.
The sheriff's
Did
department
you get to
come
ride with
out.
Mike Vick?
I was one of those that entered the woods faster than a normal person would.
You and Lisa. What's Lisa's name? Boy, she was one of those runners. Went to Southeast. What was her maiden name?
That made Good Morning America.
It did. Lisa left everybody in the dust.
That was a
I won't call her newly married
rough
name.
night. Yeah, we went to one at the firecracker stand.
But everybody, I think Mike Vick's name went down in history in the Marine area as arresting all those kids on the school buses. Made Paul Harvey news.
Oh man, it was something, wasn't it?
It was.
Bring out school bus.
But I'm telling you, there was a lot
up.
of athletic students back in the 80s.
No, back in the 80s, we had parents that would tear our butt up if we did something like that.
What was that song? We ran through the rambles and we ran where a rabbit couldn't go. That was Meridian, Mississippi.
Woo! Yeah, we knew we was in trouble if we got caught. Not legal trouble, but mama and daddy trouble.
It happened there. So, Scotty Ray and Odie, we got more coming up. We'll go back on this day in history in just a second. Don't rush off as we start your day.
This November the 7th, make your vote count. Clarke County deserves a sheriff who understands the heartbeat of our community. I'm a lifelong resident, a dedicated family man, and a trusted pillar of Clarke County. I know what it means to protect and serve as a community leader. Our livelihood depends on the strength and integrity of our law enforcement. So on November the 7th, vote for Anthony Chancellor for Clarke County Sheriff. Together, we can build a safer, stronger community for us all.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome. Hey, I just want to say good morning to my friend who used to be known as Lisa McGee. I won't say her new married last name. What an athlete you are.
I think there was a bunch of them born that night.
Georgia says she was one of the runners, too.
It made a USA paper.
Boy. And again, if you're just tuning in on this was back in, wasn't it the late 80s?
Oh, yeah. It was, 87, maybe?
Somebody threw a little party there, and Mike Vick, who was the chief deputy at the time of Lauderdale County, didn't think it was such a good idea and brought a school bus and arrested everybody.
There was 3 school buses, I think.
That's what you heard?
It was a couple of them. If everybody would have stayed, it would have took
5.
Yeah. Was it 89? I guess it was 89.
Georgia telling it all this morning.
So they went to round up everybody, and it was going to take some school buses to get everybody back down. We're not going to fit in the back of no police car.
I'm trying to think of the meeting before they went out. Who's driving the school bus? We're going to get them. I mean, that had to be organized days in advance of knowing that a party was coming.
Well, back then, all your kids, you went out to a cow pasture or you hung out in the woods, and there was some alcohol that was partaken.
You heard about it, though.
Yeah, heard about it.
Okay.
But all those kids wasn't going nowhere. They were staying right there. They were going to build a bonfire. They were going to sleep right there. And it was safe and I'm sure back then, knowing us, we had guns in our vehicles, but I can promise you we didn't pull them out and pull them on each other. We had 2 barrels. And normally if you got in a fight, you was best friends the next day. Yeah,
that's normally how it went down.
If you even fought.
We need to ask Mike if he's going to write a memoir.
He needs to.
On the great Southeast arrest, I guess is what we can call it.
That's it.
Scotty Ray and Odie, let's turn back the pages of time. It would be 1893 would be the first time you would hear this, and then Odie would come along some few years later and say it was the fastest hour on TV. Well,
boom.
Here we go. It was the greatest show on earth that premiered today. It was, of course, P.T. Barnum and Company. Before he hooked up with anybody else, he started it by himself, and it would be the Bailey and several other names through the years. Is the greatest show on earth debuted in New York City. They went out all across the land, and they got small, short, anything that looked
wide, hairy,
different.
It didn't matter,
They put it on there.
But he did. I think Bailey came in after and helped him rebuild with some financial help. But that was something that really took off, and I think that's been the biggest circus in America.
It has been, and now no longer. The circus, it just one day faded away.
Yep.
It would be this night in 1938. Now, you got to remember, in 1938, we didn't have television. What you heard, the family gathered around, listened to the Grand Ole Opry, to the radio, and, well, if you were to walk in and didn't know what was going on, you'd think, what in the world was happening? It was known as the War of the Worlds, as Orson Welles took to the radio, and people believed that Martians had attacked New York City. It would sound real. It was actually a play, and it would forever shape, and it made him a household name.
And I believe that's where the law come in and says, okay, we will no longer allow that to happen. So I guess, which is a good thing, but yeah.
Man, oh man. 1945, he would be born. He would play several parts. You'll know him mostly as Arthur. Arthur was his first name, wasn't it?
Yep.
Only Mrs. C could call him that.
Yep.
As Henry Winkler.
Henley,
you go ahead and say it.
Henry Winkler.
Was born on this state back in 1945. He was the cool of all cool.
Hey.
The Pink Ladies followed him. It didn't matter how big they were. They were scared of the Fonz. With one tap of the fist, he could make the jukebox turn on.
That's right. And
one
play
snap of the
song.
finger, any woman that he wanted.
Oh.
Did you ever try that?
Yeah.
You do that at home a lot with Amy, don't you?
I do.
Does it work?
Oh, no.
Oh, I bet you're just joshing me. I bet it does work.
Yeah. Oh, it comes close because, she'll walk up there with her fist.
21 weeks, and this was still on the chart. We brought this up a month or so ago. 21 weeks, it was still rolling at number one as we go back for Hank Snow, I'm Moving On.
I'm a moving on.
What a song that was. Big in 1950 with country charts there. This next guy, he always played that little odd, peculiar guy in all the movies. And I would never know his name, but this guy started out in American Graffiti. He would also be in the Buddy Holly story.
Yep, sure was.
Jenny Kendall.
Jenny, yeah.
So he was known. He done a lot there. So there he is.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, there you are. Whoop.
Maybe that's Jenny Kendall.
Yeah. We made a mistake on his name there. We don't know his name. We left that off. This is who Jenny Kendall is. Heaven's just a sick. Boy, that was a big boo-boo. Make a note that we need to correct that.
Jenny Kendall.
Yeah. 1954.
We'll fix that next year.
Anybody remember this, the Kendalls? That was her daddy, and they had a number one huge song. She was born in St. Louis, Missouri on this date. 16 albums, Heaven's Just a Sin Away, and then Thank God for the Radio was another one of the big ones. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if you ever heard the Tom T. Hall song, A Week in a County Jail. First day in jail that he got arrested, he turned down the bologna. And he said, man, that sheriff's wife was ugly. But after about 3 days, he said the ham got to be so much better, and, well, she got to looking better. And after a week of getting released, he asked her to run away with him. Ooh. And I think this would kind of qualify for that.
Yeah. That would do it.
Have you ever heard that song, A Week in a County Jail?
I'm trying to think. I don't believe
he was arrested for speeding through town in a little county jail. They took all his money, and he said she got to... he said she was awful. But after a week, she was the hottest looking thing in town after being in jail. 1955, as we all remember, Major Dad. He's a Mississippian.
Yeah.
Do you remember his wife on the show?
I do.
There she is. Shanna Reed. She was born on the state back in 55. That was a huge show during the 90s.
It was. A lot of people. I wasn't big into watching it, but a bunch of friends watched it.
Yeah, you were in Southeast at parties. In 1968, he would be born. Well, not born, but this would be released today. Yeah. Biggest song of it. I can't tell you how many commercials was made from this. I heard it through the grapevine. It hit radio on this day back in 68.
Oh, the grapes.
It did. That was big. That was.
Yeah.
He would lose his life in a tragedy with his father. 1971, and the neat story behind this is when a song comes to you, if you're a writer, you got to grab a pen and piece of paper and write it down right then. Well, she didn't have a piece of paper. All she had was Porter Wagner's bill from the dry cleaners. So she grabs it, writes down her thoughts. It would later, I'm not kidding you on this, it would later be framed and put up to, and sealed forever. I'm talking about Dolly Parton in 1971. It was released to radio today, but when that thought hit her in 1969, that's all she had was Porter Wagner's receipt where he'd had his studied dry cleaning bill.
You know that's worth some money.
And the name of the song was A Coat of Many Colors. And, of course, it went on to become a movie out of that. If you have never heard that song, I don't care who you are, what you do, take a minute and listen to that. It is almost, as she refers to the coat of many colors from Joseph in the Bible.
That's right.
Boy, that's a touching song.
Yeah. She's pretty.
We got a pretty girl having a birthday today. She might be the daughter of the president.
Yeah.
Ivanka. I don't know where they come up with that name, but, well, it stuck, and she looks great in yellow. It's her birthday today.
1981?
Yeah.
I didn't know she was that young.
A big day in 1982 as Hank Williams Jr. was sitting back. He was probably having a cigar going, I got 9 albums in the top 100 today. That's the way it all went down. Hank Jr. was big during the 80s. 9 albums, all on the charts at the same time. Big deal.
Not a bad thing to have.
1983, the song that I absolutely can't stand
Islands in
was
the
number
tree.
1. It just said, I'm the Bee Gees. That is what we are. And lo and behold, who wrote it? Yep, they did. It just says who they are. But I'm going to tell you, they bought a lot of cheeseburgers
baby.
off of that song and made it to
did.
a lot of Saturday night gold shows with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just absolutely can't handle it. Just ain't my thing. 1987, I can remember it had a great big, you got to have faith.
Gotta have faith.
Faith. Yeah, we need to play this later. George Michael debuted with this in 1987. See, I was still working at Taylor's Pack-a-Sack. Getting ready to graduate high school when that come out. I remember Jackie Reed playing it. That's how I heard it.
That's back when you could get a Coke and a bag of chips and a pack of gum for less than $1.
Yep, sure was.
I went and bought 2 Cokes the other day. It cost me $5 and some odd cents. And I was like, huh?
Yeah, does that not scare you?
Yeah.
This guy, there's a lot of you going to go, I've never heard of this guy, but this guy back in the 50s was really the man. That if you made it to his television show, you were somebody. It would be so strong that it would take Elvis Presley singing to a dog. He would pass away on this day in 2000. His name was Steve Allen. But here's a picture as we go back to the 50s of when Elvis debuted on the Steve Allen show. And he sang to a dog.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Hey, that's a good one.
Who remembers that? Steve Allen would pass away from injuries he got in a wreck at the age of 78. But I'm telling you, he was big back in the day. There's a lot of controversy over this last thing where music executives said, we didn't do that. Well, somebody dug, and you never know what dumpster diving sometimes pays off.
Yeah.
A maid was cleaning up at a record company. It's Sony. She noticed in the garbage, well, there's a notebook there. Well, she picks it up, takes it home. She sells it to somebody else, and guess what notebook it was?
The lost one.
It was. It was the notebook that was in the back seat of that 1953 Caddy when Hank died. It was put into a vault at the time at Sony Records. Somebody through the years chunked it.
This doesn't mean nothing.
And, well, they went back and re-recorded. They took the lost lyrics, and they had several artists record that, the Lost Notebooks. And that is an album out there of Hank's last thoughts. It was that notebook beside him in the back seat of that 53 Caddy. That notebook is probably worth millions upon millions. Anyway, it's still a fight over who really owns it. I think I remember this guy more from The Naked Gun than anything. He probably had some serious stuff that went on in his life, but this is all that stuck in my head. Robert Goulet passed away on this date back in 2007. You remember him?
Yeah, I do.
I think it was
the Naked Gun, Naked Gun 2.5. And
what did the one that had the Queen on there with the baseball? Isn't that the one that he was in?
It might have been. That was where they were at the. Yeah, they had.
That's what
Hypnosis.
Priscilla was in it too. Wasn't she?
Priscilla was in it. Yeah.
That was funny. I don't care who
Funny
you are.
stuff. Yeah.
Let's see here. Back in 2014, Phil Collins donated his collection. Pretty nice of him to do that. The Alamo. He had a bunch of stuff that he'd saved from the Alamo, and he's giving that up. That was nice of him to do that.
Well, it was.
History. Nothing quite like it there.
Used by Davy Crockett. Man.
Yeah. That's he'd been saving since he was 5 or 6 years old. Jim Bowie's knife was a part of that.
The original.
Yep, got it in a museum now. We would lose this next guy, and he always had that facial expression.
Yeah, he had it. Now, of course, he had that honker there to go.
He had a big nose. Let's just go ahead and call it what it was there. Al, how do you pronounce that last name?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Malinario.
Yep, he passed away back in 2015. You just know him as Al. And then somehow or another, Al changed nationalities on the show. And I'm like,
maybe Fonz did that. Said, hey.
Something happened. They kept the same name. Back in the day.
Fonz doings.
All right. Well, that's a look at what happened today on history. We have more headlines that's happened locally. Up and coming next with Scotty Ray and Odie.
I'm Nick Lisi, and I'm running for Justice Court Judge of District 1. Justice Court is the people's court, and I've been serving the people of Lauderdale County for 30 years. I grew up here, and the future of our community matters to me. On November 7th, remember, vote Republican, vote Nick Lisi.
Have you seen the selection of cars and trucks at Massey's Supermart Auto Sales lately? How about a Grand Cherokee Jeep 4x4 Limited? They've got that in white and also gray. They have a like-new 2021 Wrangler Unlimited 4x4. Or maybe your family needs room. Have you checked out the Ford Expedition lately? 1023 Highway 39 Bypass, Massey Supermart Auto Sales.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Have you heard? Broadmoor Wine and Spirits is under new management. Now, they're conveniently located at 49. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply is open this morning. They've been open, roughly about 17 minutes. They're doing business right now, taking care of you when it comes to anything when it comes to deer season. They've got it all there. If you've got some stuff that hadn't come up, don't forget and come back and get some ryegrass and go back over it once we get some more rain. Feeders and a whole lot more as you'll see deer stands. And if you need a flashlight, I'm telling you that's important when you need it, especially if you're tracking.
Yeah, and they've got that Nebo. Those are some outstanding flashlights.
Yes, sir.
Go down there and look at everything they've got. All the stuff for the bugs and critters,
and animals.
With the animals with the animals changing, with the temperature changing. That's all the animals.
You never know when your goat may disappear.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, goats
you don't
and
know
stuff.
when you have 3 of them show up.
That's right. They could happen any time. Maybe you need a ball camp. A bush hog has absolutely 8 years. That happens.
Yeah.
All it takes is one limb, and that favorite hat of yours is gone. They got a whole lot more to choose from. Seed, feed, fertilizer, anything for your animals there. If it deals with, raking your yard, they got that also. See them today at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151, right off the interstate. Well, it's already, let's see here as we're looking at this. We got some folks that we need to congratulate. And if we don't mention your teams of what they've done, please send us a message so we can share it. This is some of the ones that I grabbed up from over the weekend as we say congratulations to the West Lauderdale cheerleaders. They won first place in cheerleading competition this past weekend, so congrats to them.
Well, that explains it.
What is it?
If you've got a cheerleading squad that is that good, no wonder West Lauderdale High School football became District 4 4A champions.
Well, there you go.
Thursday. So had that kind of people rooting for them, and it just pushed them right on. So they are District 4, and I believe they've got to go to North State. I can't remember. We asked Josh, and Josh filled us in on it. But we got to do one more game to see if we go to the championship, I believe.
All righty then. As we look at this, we also had some more winners out there that we wanted to congratulate. The West Lauderdale Cross Country District champs. Congratulations to them also. Big winners this weekend.
Those are some good cheerleaders.
Yes, sir, Bob. They sent them all up there. And if your team has won something that we're not aware of, please send us that information. We'd love to share it. The roll record has not been broken over the weekend. We're still sitting at 281 rolls. Is that right?
I think might be 281. But yeah, so nobody's went and tried to out-eat the last. Who is it now? Clarkdale?
No. We'll have to go back and look it up, but it's not them. They got taken down.
280 something.
It's a heap of rolls there. We go for a traffic stop that happened over the weekend. MPD was on the job. They turn on the blue lights. They pull over, and two people jump out and commits to running. So did the cops. They would catch one as we pulled this up. This would all happen on the area of 39th Avenue and 11th Street. Both males, again, ran. Only one was captured and arrested and taken back to the jailhouse there. That does happen there. We did have as we look at this, right up here at Walmart this weekend, I started getting, what is going on? I was up at the Ag Center. People going, what's happening at Walmart? It was shut down.
Let's go find out.
The power went off, and they had to evacuate the building. Because the power went off, you couldn't sell anything. And there were a few people that thought, well, that means I can just roll my buggy right on out to the car and, well, past the express lane there. You're supposed to leave your buggy, come back later.
Yeah.
So police were called to the scene to make sure everybody was on the up and up is what went on. It was closed for most of the day, and then after the power surge and the panel was fixed, business went back to working as normal. There was no threat, nothing like that went on, but we wanted to make absolutely sure everybody understood what happened there.
They don't know how to use anything like this. Have y'all seen anything? Because with this, you could add all the items together if you knew the price of it, and then multiplied it by 0.07, which is your tax.
But now that you bring that up, do y'all remember back in the day the price guns? Yeah. There's no such thing as a price gun.
Oh, no.
It's all on the scanner. If you haven't got the scanner, you're just out of luck.
Don't have a clue. And, man, I tell you, when you don't have power, the first business that can figure out how to stay open when you have no power will boost your sales.
Yes, it would.
I'm just telling you.
The big confusion thing is you look at the calculator there is when you go into a place and it's $16.39.
Yeah.
And you hand them $21 and they look at you like, well, I'm trying to get back a 5 here.
Yeah. Oh, you can't do that.
Or if it's $15.03 and you hand them a 20 and a dime.
They don't.
Honestly, I see that look a lot.
Oh, it's terrible.
Not being ugly, it's just what it happens there. We had a wreck out near Highland Park also over the weekend as we pull this up. This would be there. Injuries were reported with that accident as Meridian Police responded to the scene of what was going on there. And talk about let's go to Enterprise. Look at this.
Now they made some work out of that.
That is some serious thought. Those look good, don't they?
That does.
So, congrats on that for going that extra mile to make some smiles there, folks.
Whoop, Shine.
What's she
says
say?
Newton County football is in playoffs also. So, Newton County, congratulations to y'all. Let's see, Union is a District 2A football. So, man, look at here. Our area is pretty good.
I don't know about the women that you hang around on weekends. We got to really start talking about this. Odie, who is this woman you're with here?
She only comes out once a year.
We had a fantastic time. Was that Friday or Saturday night?
Friday night.
Friday night at the Bailey Volunteer Fire Department. They're going to be doing it again this weekend?
Doing it again this weekend. So, it's going to be happening. Going to love it.
So if you like haunted houses, it's fun. Get a little scared and enjoy yourself. I did have reports of some gunshots downtown as we pulled this. I even had pictures sent in. Police would arrive. This would be in the area of 21st Avenue, 11th Street. This would be just right down from Anderson South. Reports of gunfire in the area. No one was hurt. No one was injured. Police arrived on the scene, and, well, the people that did it had left. They had gone on about their merry way.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what went on with that. More to come as Scotty Ray and Odie continue your morning with smiles and all kinds of good things. We'll be right back.
Hello, I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm running for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. Many of you may know me from the UPS store, which I owned and operated for over 13 years. I'm a family man and a businessman. The Board of Supervisors is the business board of Lauderdale County. I have the business background and experience needed to be a valued member of this board. I am financially conservative and believe we should live within our means. I am Justin J.J. Anders, and I'm asking for your vote for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
It's campaign season. Do yourself a favor and elect Reed Tree Service. Got a tree that scares you each time that it sways in the wind? Elect Reed Tree Service to remove that threat. Have storm winds knocked a tree down in your yard and you want it gone? Elect Reed Tree Service. Professional, experienced, insured. Call Mike, 601-416-1233, and elect Reed Tree Service for all of your needs. Tell them Scotty Ray sent you.
Whoop, that's time for us to talk about, well, these great folks over at Snowden Real Estate Company. If you're needing a home, any type thing, if you're selling or buying, talk to Amanda and her team. They do so much to help you from a dream home, well, to getting rid of the bigger property that maybe you don't need anymore. Everybody left, and you're there trying to mow grass, and too many bedrooms.
Yeah, well, they call that the empty nest. It's time to downsize.
That's right. They can take care of you if you want to move to a place like Dalewood, Newton County, any of the areas, even Enterprise. They got homes in all of these places. Talk to them today. They'll figure out all of this. Maybe land you're looking for, a place to open a business. See them at Snowden and Company. You'll see those signs all over town, 453-3937. See Amanda and all of her staff to help you in any shape, form, or way.
That's some good people, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we've got a quick birthday.
Who we got?
Miss Averly Brooks is 10 years old today.
Well, bless her heart. I hope it's a big one.
Yes. And then Union District 2 marching band state champs. So, they showed up and looks like they showed out. Northeast football is in playoff as well. How can we have district champs and then everybody's still in the playoff?
I don't know.
We'll have to find out how that is. And
we'll get to the bottom of it there. But seriously, if you've got anything that we haven't gotten there, please let us know. We would love to know about it so we can pass along that information there.
Yeah, we want to get that. And I know a lot of people, because I know a lot of people go eat at the Magnolia Restaurant.
Been there a time or two.
Which is at the Queen City Truck Stop.
Didn't Chuck Roberts buy our lunch there one day?
Sure did. Yeah. There's a rumor going around that they're going to close. But they're not. That's a good thing. The Magnolia Restaurant is going to remain just like it is now and has been, the Magnolia Restaurant, with some great food. Now, the store and the truck stop and everything else away from the Magnolia Restaurant is going to change hands, and that's going to be Maples Gas is going to take that over, the truck stop part, the convenience store part. But the Magnolia Restaurant
so there'll be
will
some
still
renovations
be inside
going on.
of it. And I'm sure that they're going to come in and do some renovations and all, but the Magnolia Restaurant will continue to be Magnolia Restaurant.
That's good to know. I'm glad you straightened that out for me.
Yeah. We went by there and had lunch yesterday after church, and they said, could you mention, because we don't want people thinking we're closing.
Oh. And most likely, usually when Maples takes over one, they come in, redecorate things, put some new paint there, and then from now on, you will smell the smell of Mr. Clean.
That's right.
They stay at it.
Man, I tell you what, that one, every morning, I go by and get my
Country
coffee
store.
at the country store, and, nice people, clean store. Just got to love it.
Yeah, look for some great things. Hey, Newton County had their fall festival trunk or treat, as we show a few pictures from here. A little bass boat in there. Boy, look at that. Barbie.
She come out of the box. I
She
don't think
did.
she fit in it.
But the kids had a great time, and that's
That's great.
again, goes on with Halloween or great things like this. I dropped by. I had to pick this up for Angie at a piece of medical equipment last week, and here we go. Boy, they got all dressed up.
101 Dalmatians.
So if your office group gets dressed up, please send us a picture so we can share that. It is fun to show what people do above and beyond the call of duty to bring a little sunshine to others.
Greg wears his mask all the time. I'll send a picture of him.
Please do. I'd love to have that. I wanted to mention this as we were talking about Lauderdale County. Let's go to County Road 280. This doesn't happen often in Clarke County, but we had a drive-by shooting. And, why people do it, we don't know. But this would happen on County Road 280 there. If we go to Clarke County Hot Topics to look at that. 2 bullets hit that truck there. Now, we don't know who, what, or why, but that did happen there. And then there was the little incident there. Well, if you have a wreck, just leave your truck.
They won't know whose it was.
They'll never trace the tag. We don't know the circumstances for what went on there, but we thought we would share that with you just the same so you'll know that if you notice something strange, I always call and go, hey, I just noticed this.
What was this? Oh, that's not strange, and I can't remember, or I can't believe it took as long as it did to get rid of him.
Yeah, it's going to be more of this to come as we look at some national headlines now and find out that Mike Pence is going, well, there's no reason for me to keep going. Why is it happening? Ain't nobody giving him money.
Ain't nobody giving him a vote, neither.
No. Mike Pence is out as his run for presidency is over. Yeah. There is more to follow.
No.
Nikki Haley really thinks she's got it. You don't have a chance.
Man. No.
And what I think a lot of them are doing, they know they can't win, but they're trying to get their name out there for brighter days on down the road, another 8 years that maybe you'll remember their name. They ain't gonna get elected. None of these guys.
He doesn't have any bright days.
No. Most people, regardless of what he says, looks at him as the man who turned his back
on the American people.
Yep, that's
Not
what they
just
look
Trump,
at it.
The American people.
Like it or not, that's the way it is. And you got a lot of changing to convince the American public any other way.
And Miss Georgia said, he broke. Yes, he is.
Yeah. We see that tragically, as we look to Rankin County, someone lost their life in an accident with a motorcycle over the weekend. Those generally are not good. Every now and then there'll be a little bump and everybody's okay, but we had someone lose their life. We pass along condolences on that. That would happen on Shallow Road in the Jackson area. We sure hate that. Delbert Hoseman making headlines as he says, now Meridian Community College does this through donations. They work hard to where everybody from Lauderdale County goes to junior college free.
It's not really MCC. It's a group of
investors,
that put this together and bring this money up to offer free college. I think what he's wanting to do is let the government pay for it.
Yeah. As we see, Delbert Hoseman wants free college or junior college for everybody in the state of Mississippi. That's nice if it can be paid for out of the taxpayer's dollar. I think we all agree with that. I had to pay for mine.
Paid for mine. What happened? Why is it all for free?
That's right.
Man, look at Virgil says, hello, Odie. Hey, Virgil, look, I just read your Facebook late last night and found out that you had to go back to the hospital.
What's wrong with him?
He had some issues, but I believe everything's fine. Possible stroke.
Brother, get well.
But, I'm glad to see you were doing better. I'm glad that they got you took care of. And get behind that pulpit, brother. I love you. So, have a good one.
Teresa, I don't know of an accident right now that is anywhere near Mitcham Bottom Road. That is where the accident happened this weekend, for sure.
Yeah.
So, as always, we'll be here behind the scenes and getting the information directly to you. Odie, we got to go.
Golly, it's that time. It's Monday. You started your week with us. Continue to bring your mornings in every day with us. We love being here, and we love that you're able to join us. Come back in 23 hours. We'll do this one more again to bring in Tuesday. Other than that, remember, we love you, and Jesus does too.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.